Alright everyone, here we are with another video with Invest for Tomorrow. And to all the first time viewers and investors, welcome to the channel, Invest for Tomorrow. And to all the subscribers, welcome back. And as we dive into the chart, I want every single investor and viewer to be aware that I have a ticker symbol to share with you guys towards the end of this video. If you don't have it already in your watch list, you definitely want to stay tuned on in to know which one it is, to add it to your radar, and why you should add it onto your watch list. So stay tuned for more information on that. Now, if you want to get live updates on when I'm looking at certain ticker symbols before any other platform, I've created a Patreon to have a private community for investors that want to learn and grow together. And not only that, but take their portfolios to newer levels. So in the Patreon, you can find the link down below in the description. There are different tiers. So I want every single investor to be aware to take advantage of these tiers before they get filled up, because then there will be newer tiers over time. So let's go ahead and jump into this chart. And if you learned something new, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So here we are with NNDM, Nano Dimension. And before we jump into this chart, I do want every single investor and viewer to be aware that I created a video a few days ago called The Stock Market Crash, or Is It the Beginning of a Correction, where opportunity meets the prepared. I would love for all my subscribers and viewers to not overlook this or miss out on it. We touch base on everything going on in the S&P 500, the possible potential downward trend that we're already starting to see, and hopefully we're not in a crash, and what we're in is a correction. I want every single investor and viewer to be aware that I talk more in depth about that in that video. So NNDM, I have the RSI up and also the MACD. So the MACD right now is showing kind of sideways movement, almost like we're about to recover upwards. And when the recovery starts, usually the stock will go like sideways. I was about to say go stagnant, but it goes sideways. I won't say stagnant because this is a pumped up, alive stock with so much potential, right? And we're also going to look at how ARK Invest reacted. So when you look at this here, you could see that the stock is already kind of sideways and kind of holding itself from going any lower. The RSI is also leaving the oversold section, but kind of can't break right through it to get back into the middle, right? So it might even pull right back down, which means there could be more volatility on the downward direction. And also these light red bars could quickly return to dark red. So we need to watch this carefully. This is on the 30-minute. So I want us to look at the 1 day, and I don't want you guys to get confused with where these lines are going to end up. Ignore that right now, okay? So here we are with the RSI for the 1 day, and there's so much room still for this to continue going lower. And also here, it's showing there's so much room for this to continue going lower. I mean, it's not even close to the middle. So these dark red might continue to grow, or they might start turning light red, but it won't change much the behavior in the chart. If anything, the chart can continue pulling down with the orange and blue. And also here we're seeing the RSI just continuing to fight to stay up, and then it pulls down, right? It did it 3 times. Sideways, pull down, sideways, pull down, sideways, pull down. We need to see how this is going to react moving forward, okay? I want every single investor and viewer to be aware of that. Now on the 30-minute, it shows us a completely different picture, but a picture that it's still struggling. Now, how did ARK Invest position themselves from last week to this week? So here we are. So this is ARK W on the 19th. They had 6,226,674 shares. And today, right, let's go ahead and pull up the correct one here. Excuse me for that. Here we are with ARK W, the 22nd, 6,274,860 shares. So when we look at the difference, you know, they went up by 50,000 here on ARK W. The 19th ARK W Nano Dimensions and the 22nd ARK W Nano Dimensions. Now let's see how things went for ARK Q. They had 7,524,877 shares. ARK Q on the 19th and ARK Q the 22nd they have 7,559,513 shares. So when we look at the difference here from RQ today, from where it was, you could see they went up about 30,000 shares. So in total, right, from the 50 here and the 30 here, they went up 80,000 more shares. So as the stock is going down, they're gaining a larger position, right? Very interesting to me that ARK Invest isn't scared or even hesitant on how Nano Dimensions is reacting. So what's the support and what is our resistance? So here we are. Support is 12.27. If that gets broken through, watch it carefully and pay close attention to how the stock is reacting. We're currently at 12.67. The 50-day moving average is 13.59. That is a point of reference that the bulls definitely need a breakthrough to get back into bullish territory. And since we're below it, we're in bearish territory. Now, our resistance here is 13.13. If that gets broken through, that needs to be turned into a support. And the bulls are getting closer to the 50-day moving average, but does not guarantee that they're going to break through it. I want every single investor and viewer to be aware of that. This is just an indicator to let us know where the momentum is going. And if it's turned into a support, the bulls are getting one step closer to the 50-day moving average to then end up back in bullish territory. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community. And don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watch this video. Stay tuned to the end because I have a ticker symbol you won't want to miss. And you definitely want to keep it on your watch list if you don't have it already. Stay tuned. For everyone that has stayed to this point in the video, the ticker symbol I'm about to share with you guys is one that we've talked about before. Now, if you've seen already in the previous parts of my video, I mentioned the Patreon. If you want to get updates on live ticker symbols that I'm starting to watch, why I'm watching them, you can definitely join us in the Patreon. The link is down below. But the ticker symbol I'm about to talk about is FCEL, FCEL. Now, it's getting back to the numbers where we mentioned it here on the channel. Now, I had stated that if it went lower, the opportunity was going to get even better. But from that point forward, all it's done is grow. It hit a peak here of almost $29, and it's been going downwards. Now, the whole market is correcting or kind of pulling back a little bit, but some are pulling back more than others. Now, the fact that this is getting close to these numbers, I would definitely look at this closely and see what's going on. And if it breaks through this point of $15 and some change, this could be on its way down to newer lows. But we've already seen where its potential is. And if things start to come back up, there's a lot of room there. So you definitely want to watch this carefully if it's your first time coming across this one and coming across this ticker symbol. And for those of you that have been watching it since this point, and even when we reiterated that it had room to continue to grow, you know, we definitely saw growth here. Now, this pullback, I mean, the volatility of the market is normal. And I hope that for those of you that finally thought, you know, it's maybe time to get off of this one, or, you know, just keep it on my watch list for now and just keep a close eye on it. You know, that decision was definitely an opportunity to be made as you saw this hit a peak and it's just been going down. But the overall market's been feeling like this. So why am I reiterating this one? Well, because the potential of certain stocks still are there. The fundamentals of those potentials are still there. It's just the market overall is feeling a hit. Now, one big thing I would definitely recommend every single investor and viewer in doing is do further due diligence on the company. And also, if you can check out institutional investors that are purchasing this and so forth, dig a little deeper to see what's going on and how the big players are feeling about this, because this is a big move downwards. But it's going back into that area where we first talked about it, to add it to your watch list. And this is a great time to definitely keep an eye on it and see if it consolidates within this area, or if it breaks through the $15 mark. Pay very close attention to what's going on, but not just to this stock, but to the overall market as well, to kind of guide yourself and see that it's not just the stock, but it's the market itself. And once the market starts to come back up, this stock's potential and the fundamentals of its business and opportunity is still slightly there. Okay, that's something to always remember, but you got to dig deeper. This might be the best time for those of you that were considering it and felt like it ran off too fast to pay close attention to it and keep in mind, how this stock ran up to this point and what it's going on moving forward. Also, keep in mind the analysis rating of $11. I don't think that's been removed. And that analysis rating might become true because remember, these analysis ratings are months from now. Now, I did a temporary pullback and I knew that that was going to be temporary within this time period, but now it might even make that analysis rating be correct if the market overall continues downwards, because when the market's going down, every single individual stock is going down, feeling that hit as well. As always, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.